This is Kathy Biehl of Empowermentunlimited.net with Astro-Insight for the week of July 16, 2018. It may help to think of this week and actually the next probably 4 as information gathering times. Emotional information, intellectual information, historical information. This week we are between eclipses, between the intense Cancer solar eclipse, which will be playing out for months and reshaping our concepts of home and family and nurturing, and next week's total lunar eclipse in Aquarius, which will be bringing major revelations and massive permanent door closings as we evolve into allowing more and more of our true beings to come out, dropping artifice and moving away from situations and people that are trying to stifle our light. So use that as a framework as you move through the probably intense events of this week. Yes, sorry, the whole summer is going to be. If you haven't figured out yet that we're running a marathon, please shift your thinking and start approaching life incrementally, taking incredible care of your own physical well-being and especially your emotional well-being and sanity, and rethinking your habits. This week begins with a series of choice points or crossroads or adjustments, probably having to do with relationships, definitely having to do with needing to adjust, realign what you want and how you go about getting it. Those two things aren't flowing, and on a bigger level, it will show up as a seesaw and then adjustments in how men and women or the masculine and feminine work together or not. And this comes with another round of intensely important messages, hard truths, brutal truths, incredibly candid conversations, pieces of information that permanently strip something out of your mindset. You've probably heard the saying, don't sweat the small stuff. By the way, it's all small stuff. Well, your concept of small stuff might get redefined and a lot of things might leave your mind as, you know what, this is just simply not important. So there's an element of reprioritizing with all of this as well. Now, a background program that is working until the end of August and definitely plays into this is Mars retrograde. And you're probably, if you're paying attention to astrology online, running into lots of information about, oh, there's so many retrogrades. And it's true, there is a really high preponderance of retrograde bodies in the sky right now. But the one to pay attention to, particularly at this moment, is Mars, the cosmic first responder. He's the action hero, the god of war, represents the masculine, represents how we use our energy to push ourselves forward, to go after what we want. He also rules things with moving parts. So if you've been thinking, oh my God, it's like a Mercury retrograde. No, that's later. What's happening now, you can thank Mars for. Mars is traveling right now toward a point in the sky that represents the past, the way we used to be, the way we used to do things. And the effect is to bring an awful lot of stuff back into our field of consciousness for reworking, for revisiting, for rethinking. Some of this might be a conflict that's been simmering below the surface and comes up again. And certainly it will involve, and does involve, people from the past showing up. Maybe someone that you were involved in a collective project with, sending you email, cropping up on social media, crossing your actual path, showing up in your dreams, your thoughts. It's all information. Maybe you're not consciously factoring it all in, but it's going to play a role in the doors that close at the next eclipse. This week, though, some doors open. Watch for desires to blossom, relationships to blossom. Watch for tangible, practical openings and possibilities and optimism and slaying of personal beasts without any blood, without a sword even. These doorways aren't flashy, they don't feel like chick flick stuff, but they feel real and matter of fact and sane and sensible. And do not underestimate the value of sane and sensible in the current atmosphere. Late in the week, the sun moves into the sign of Leo, and it's time to strut, time to be gregarious and outgoing and generous and warm-hearted and allow your expression of self to grow brighter and brighter and more courageous as the sun begins the approach to next week's lunar eclipse. Homing thought of the week: what is this, fill in the blank, showing me about me? Song of the week: I want what I want when I want it, a Victor Herbert song from the early 1900s. And the image of the week is going through a box of old photographs. Remember those, ones you could actually hold, and gradually realizing that the person that keeps appearing in different photographs is you. As always, you'll find more about all of this in my forecast for the month of July, which is posted at my site, Empowermentunlimited.net, where you can sign up for my mailing list, book a session with me, and help yourself to my Uranus in Taurus guide, which has pointers for all the signs for the next 8 years, and it's available in the shop. Talk to you next week.